Candy was on a table with her legs spread, an apple in her mouth, surrounded by men who all looked like her boyfriend Garfield. They were circling around her holding knives, the Garfields, moving slowly like the hands of a clock. Surrounding her, there were plates and plates of food, plump grapes, various pearly meats and cheeses, champagne. They were all going to eat her and the food, and she could do nothing about it. She was frozen. The main Garfield, as was her impression, the leader of the pack, crawled over the table and spread her legs farther, a knife in his hand, his face without emotion. Candy woke up, taking in the comforting realities of her room, the flecks of light peeking from her blackout curtains kissing the poster of Rosemary's Baby on her wall, the stand-up closet with its series of sportswear tops and bottoms, a photo of her and her sister Bianca at the New England Aquarium on her bedside table, and the outline of her on-again, off-again boyfriend Garfield asleep beside her. Of course, it was just a dream, one of the same vivid nightmares that she had had periodically since her heroin-induced coma years ago. Not to be dramatic, Candy would tell her post-rehab therapist, whom she had ghosted after the therapist concluded that the dream was some kind of PTSD reaction to childhood trauma. She didn't need to spend the $80 a week to learn that. Her mother had already gone into debt, sending her to an expensive 3-month stint of sitting in groups with other losers painting pictures of her feelings. The people circling around her, about to eat her, varied. Sometimes they were members of BTS, NSYNC, people running for office. Other times she was circling around herself, and while she would always wake up drenched in sweat, these days the dreams were more annoying than frightful. A nuisance to live through, like blood weeping from an ankle after shaving it. Waking up now, she was relieved that her life had remained exactly the same and kicked off her satin bed sheets to open up her curtains. Light assaulted the room and Garfield groaned. "Okay," she said, shaking him awake, and Garfield opened his eyes, frightened. "You need to get out of my house." She tried to ignore the stupid Snoopy tattoo underneath his dark nipples, her name emblazoned below. He had come to her the night before with a ceramic vase holding roses, crying about how he wanted to start a family. "How are we going to start a family, Garfield?" she had said, placing the vase unceremoniously on top of her fridge. "If you don't ever have sex with me." Garfield pulled on a pair of jeans and a shirt with holes in it. "Will you think about what I said?" He tucked his shirt into his pants, as if that helped with the state of the shirt. "Yeah, sure," Kenny said, taking off her underwear and bra without a sprinkle of self-awareness or sexuality, like Garfield was her sibling. "I will definitely think about it." She wrapped a large, black, fluffy towel around her body that she had purchased compulsively online. It was supposed to dry your skin in a less harmful way or something. Garfield walked up to her and embraced her, tattoos on his arms reminding Candy of pesky water bugs. "I love you," he said, which Candy responded to with a large sigh, as if to a canvasser for Amnesty International. She broke away from him and fastened a shower cap over her head. "Bye, Garfungus." There are 10 crucial minutes after a heroin overdose that are essential for saving your life. When Julian, the boy Candy had convinced to get her drugs, found her passed out on Rebecca Polkinghorn's parents' bedroom floor, vomit caked into the plush gray carpet, 1 minute had already passed. When he called her sister Bianca, 3 minutes had passed. When her sister instructed him to rub her chest with his knuckles as she called EMTs, another minute had passed. When they arrived and administered Narcan, 5 minutes had passed, and by then, enough of her brain had shut down that she was in a coma.